Hey everyone, I'm James Conrad and this is Dan Brooks-Wells. Thanks for tuning in to MVP Disc Sports. This is the back nine of the Worlds preview. If you missed the front nine, make sure you check out Gatekeeper Media. We did something similar where we're just kind of playing a practice round out here, walking you through with our thoughts and the way we're attacking the fort.
Yeah, a lot of tight wooded holes, a lot of fun holes on that front nine, so make sure you go check it out. Okay, we are here at hole 10, start of the back nine. It is a par 4, 598 feet. This first tee shot, you're really just trying to rip something as straight as you can. This is, it has a triple mando that's actually not too far from the basket. So you want to try to get as close to that as you can, sticking a little bit to the right side to have a good look in. I am throwing a mayhem to try and just get it to go straight. Turn. I definitely want a little bit more turn out of that. That was too far left.
Yeah, it makes the angle through the triple mando a little tricky, but it's not a bad shot, yeah. I'm going with this blue fission photon. This thing's been money for me up here. I've been throwing it all year and it started to get a bit understable, but at this altitude it flies just straight as an arrow.
That looks great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Flirting a little with the creek on the right, but I don't think it got there.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm a little scared of doing, to turn it, but everything is so stable up here that I'm gonna try my more understable mayhem.
Yeah. Oh.
Caught a little bush.
A little bush.
I think that's the play though. All right, so when you're short left, this is the angle you kind of have at the triple mando. It's still a hyzer in, so it's really not, a huge deal, but you'll see over at James's lie that he's got a nice straight angle in at it. So I'm gonna try soft envy into the gap, and some people actually might be laying this up in the tournament. I think it'll be a game time decision how I feel.
Sweet, Dan. That was great.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, this is money.
Oh, it's hot out here. This thing's gummy sitting in the sun. Yeah, the straighter and farther you can get, obviously, the easier this approach is, and it definitely feels like a hole you want to score on. We have a couple challenging holes coming up, and getting a birdie to start the back nine feels great.
It's snowing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was about the best I could do. Yep. Yeah, this is definitely one you want to get.
Thanks. What's up, Gavin? I like that guy.
He's awesome. I've had the pleasure of playing probably like 4 rounds with him.
Oh, sweet.
This year, yeah. I played with him the last round of Goat Hill, where he had 3 eagles.
What?
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah,
we were like in 30th kind of, and he jumped to like 3rd or something.
Sick.
Yeah, he shot like 12 or 13 down. It was insane.
Moving on to hole 11. This is a really challenging hole. We got 484, and it's kind of just a ton of trees between us and the pin. I think the only real line that I've been able to find is a high shot that gets above this initial wall of trees with a little bit of turn. and then fading back at the end of the flight towards the pin. It's hard to kind of differentiate, but there's one really tall tree about 350 out, and if I can get this photon to drift just right at that and start coming back, I think I got a chance at birdie.
I missed it.
That was not ideal. I pulled it way right at what I was trying for, but we'll see.
All right, this is a far one for me. I just chugged half an energy drink in preparation for this shot, so we're gonna see how far I can get it. I'm really, that dirt was thorny. Looking to just get a 3 on this one. Should be up in a decent zone just for me to pitch up and get a 3.
That was kind of me in the first tournament round at Utah Open here.
Yeah.
Someone in the group in front of us lost their disc, so we just had a while to chill, and I was playing with Bradley Williams, and I was like talking to him. I was like, I don't like this one. There's like, why do they have these little trees in the middle? And he said, oh, they just want everyone to throw big, high flex shots over the top. Like, if you go to the right of that and then come back, you can get there. And so I don't know, well, I'll try it. And then I parked it.
You did it, yeah, awesome.
It's like, thanks, Bradley, you're the man.
For real.
The tee shot's very important on this hole. Even though it's going to be a very tricky one to birdie, you want to at least get up there somewhere near circle 2 or within 100 feet to make that par easy. I'm maybe 150 or 180 feet away, and I have probably 70 trees in between me and the basket, so it's definitely tricky to say par if you make a mistake off the tee. Dope.
That looks fine.
I think this one got a little lucky to get where it did, but taking a birdie look when you can get it here. Oh, split my gap, but didn't quite have the pace. This was my gap on that putt I just tried.
Yeah. Come on, you had to have made that.
Usually those kind of putts, if you make the gap, it just kind of goes right in the basket.
Exactly,
like.
Yeah. Get this one here. So I think a 3 on this is just fine. It's a little tricky over there. I think people who don't get a decent drive off are actually going to be scrambling pretty hard to save their 3. So 3 is good.
3 is good.
All right, we are at hole 12. This is a par 4, 510 feet. It's an initial tight gap, and there's a OB fence on the right side, and it gets really hairy on the left side. So I'm just trying to kind of blast a forehand down there through the initial gap and see where I land after that. If you're up against the fence or you're a little bit to the left of the fairway, it's not a huge deal. You can usually find a gap or 2. Come out.
That looks sweet.
Yeah.
You go clean.
Let's see where it ends up.
Once again, this initial gap is key. With it being such a short par 4, you know, if I can cover 250 or 300 feet, I feel like I have a good chance at birdie. I'm going with a glow reactor. I'm trying to hit it hard and flat and trusting the stability of the disc to let it drift left. And there's a big stump I want to land near.
Missed that? Yeah.
It's just what I want.
Sweet. So I don't know if I came in and touched any of this stuff.
I think you beat this stuff, but maybe that stuff up
Maybe
there.
I got into there. All right, so I am in jail. And I'm gonna straddle out and try and flick something around. See how that works for me. Come on. All right.
Sick, Dan.
Good putt. Thanks.
Great shot.
Thanks.
Good stretch, too.
Thanks. I do yoga every now and again.
I was able to put it pretty close to the stump I was talking about. From here, you have a couple options. Straight at the basket is really guarded, but it's a little bit open on the left, and there's a pretty nice sized gap on the right. My favorite play from here is to kind of blast one on that right gap and try to kind of skip it into the fence. It'll kind of bounce off the fence and should be pretty close. Nope.
Did that skip over the
Whoa,
fence?
that skipped over the fence. That's
That was dirty.
Worst case scenario. That's putting for par from 60 feet. Second tries the charm.
It's nice to be able to use that as like a
Backboard,
Yeah,
it makes it fun.
it does.
It's almost like a little trick shot or something, but
It's right there. We need one of those gators.
yeah.
You all right? You need me to hold anything?
No, I'm good.
All right. That was like the most unluckiest thing I've ever seen. What's that? Bendy James, that's right. Plinko. Yeah, dude, that second shot was a good play.
Yeah.
This is kind of skippy, so playing off the wall's good.
That just shows sometimes how small the difference is between a birdie and a bogey. You know, from the same tee shot, I threw one that took a crazy skip OB and another that skipped right up to the basket perfectly. It's really important on a course this challenging to not let those kind of things get in your head. You know, just to stick to your game plan and keep plugging away. Whether you get the bad luck bogey or the good skip and the birdie, just take it one shot at a time. We've made it to hole 13. This is an interesting hole. It's one of the shorter ones on the course, just 215 feet. It's on a tall basket. It's an elevated pin, and there's a creek just to the right and kind of beyond the basket. As you can see, there's quite a few trees in the way. I think the most common play is going to be a soft forehand flex shot. I may try that with a fireball, but I think my game plan is going to be a flexy stall shot over the top of all these trees, just trying to drop it in about 15 feet left of the bucket. I didn't quite commit to the initial turn on that, so it's going to be a scary putt looking at the creek.
So this is another one where I don't know how many people are going to be throwing thumbers, but there's a lot of squirrely lines underneath, so that's me just trying to go over the top. It'll leave me a putt. Maybe I want a little bit more to the right.
I know everyone likes seeing James throw a fireball sometimes, or forehand. There's why I try the over the top.
I'll try the fireball as well. This is a out of the bag James Conrad fireball, so I don't want to let him down. This shot better be good.
Go in. Oh! Do you ace first try?
I think it's his discs. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
It's much more what I'm looking for in that stall shot.
You know, you don't like see this off the tee pad. That flex flick line worked pretty nice.
I've seen some people trying to over that tree that goes across.
Yeah.
Like,
for the flick?
yeah, like high and early.
Yeah. Never mind.
OB?
It's not the disc, it's the it's the archer.
Now you gotta go OB if you're trying to ace this one.
Yeah.
These are the kind of putts in a tournament that not always the most fun. You know, sometimes you really want to make that birdie and you're feeling confident and you can run it. It's honestly never a bad idea to lay up from this distance when there's OB so close behind the basket, but in practice, no fear.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Then it makes you run it during the tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
Just as long as I make it.
Right. And I am
Splash.
just outside, so we'll try and top yours. Get in there.
Oh.
How many times do I gotta tell myself not to miss low? Don't miss low.
There it is.
Yeah, that's like an all or nothing putt right there. You might as well try and really run it if you're gonna run it. All right, hole 14 here at the fort. It is a par 4, 652 feet. There is OB Creek on the right. You are trying to throw something straight past this big tree here, a little bit to the right of it. I want to stay pretty straight, maybe get a little bit of skip to the left, and then there's a nice gap to try and penetrate for the green.
Yeah, Dan.
That'll work.
Joe.
If it didn't get over too far left, it should be good.
This hole's pretty unique out here. We're kind of playing down this road, and so you see more skip. I've seen more skips on this hole than almost on the rest of the course combined. Kind of taking that into account and almost playing for it. I'm trying to throw it pretty much dead straight down this road. Hopefully skip left off the road into the ideal landing zone.
Oh yeah. That looked good. Not too shabby. This is like one of the fairways you don't want to miss because it's one of the biggest ones we got here.
Uh-huh. I find it tricky if I get all the way over to this clump,
Yeah.
or if I don't get left of this clump. So it's like,
Gotcha. Yeah, it's like you're right. You want to ride down this road a little bit and just have like a baby skip over to the left.
I might even try like a Volt or a Tesla or something.
Okay.
But when I get that photon right, though, it's like so far up there that it gets easy, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, I don't even think about playing down this side.
No. So I've definitely missed the landing zone with this tee shot. I threw it a little too straight. I didn't get that skip left I was hoping for. About 50 feet left in my drive, there's a nice little hyzer line, but I'm stuck trying to poke it through a small gap and make the best of it. About as good as I could hope for from here.
He was a little bit right of the landing zone. I'm a little bit left of the landing zone. You kind of want to be somewhere in the middle here to have a nice hyzer at it. My angle's kind of cut off for this hyzer. I'm still going to try to put something up high, put a Tesla up high to see if I can get enough glide over to get into circle 2 for a putt. Got caught up a little bit, but I'm happy with it. Maybe a little higher.
Caught that back wall a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. I think I wanted it a little higher.
Yeah. I'm gonna practice one from closer to where I want my drive to land too.
Nice.
Thanks.
Just give you right up there.
Yeah, entropy.
Yeah, we'll give it a go. We'll try the James Conrad fireball again.
It's going in.
It's going in. Maybe. I get caught up again?
Those are those trees I was talking about. They're about like 40 feet right of the basket, and they kind of sneak into play real quick.
So am I throwing that too deep?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
I feel like I haven't quite figured it out, but you want to like, this like triple tree, you want to kind of hug that, like just around that.
Over these bushes, trees.
And hug this triple one.
Hopefully get in there. Oh, the fireball worked out.
Yeah, it did. That's great.
Yeah, you were right. The Tesla, my first shot, definitely too much forward push.
Sweet. Out of position birdie feels so nice on this course. Just being able to scramble and, you know, make the best you can out of not a great lie is really a bonus birdie out here. Nice.
I don't recommend this.
Another do not try at home.
But it's fun.
Yeah. Hey. Sick.
Nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. I'm pretty happy with a birdie on that one.
I'm stoked on it, yeah.
If I get it once out of the 3, I'll be pretty happy.
I love it.
I'm a big fan. This is the disc.
We are out here giving a first look at the new Axiom mid-range, the Hex. What I really like about it is the thin profile on it. It really pops out of your hand.
The first thing I notice about this disc is how comfortable it feels in the hand. So it feels super comfortable for power grip, fan grip, forehand grip.
These things look awesome. Seems like a very versatile disc. There's definitely a chance I'll bag one. They feel great. Here we are on hole 15. We got a 313-foot par 3. You have this very early gap. It's more of like a mental obstacle than anything. I feel like it could get in people's head and maybe make them let off on their throw a little bit. And then the biggest challenge to me about this hole is the ceiling and the floor aren't that far apart. There's a log about 45 feet short of the pin, so you have to throw it high enough to clear that log, but low enough to miss all the branches. I'm gonna try to rip an Envy really hard.
Wow, good shot.
Thanks.
That's awesome. All right, my play's a little different for right now. Right now I'm gonna try and flick the crave just to hit this initial gap and try and get something up for a putt. It's a little low. So like James said, like I'm so focused on hitting the gap that sometimes I don't hit the line that I really want. Just a little low, but as long as you get through there, it should be an easy 3. I'm gonna try a flex.
Oh, that was so smooth.
Oh well. Got lucky for a putt. See if we can cash one.
Oh,
How many times, James, do I gotta tell myself not to leave it short?
don't leave it short,
Don't
Dan.
leave it short. Still short. Oh well.
Thanks.
Even to like be able to throw a putter and have it high enough to get it over the log right there.
Yeah. I was initially trying the reactor, and then I had a couple times where I pured it, and it ended up like in the road back here. So I was like,
And
because I don't know. I feel better about gaps sometimes when I just like hit it really hard, like really commit to it, and the putter just the right distance for me that it can just clear the log.
right. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm gonna do on this one.
I'm pretty sure I know what you're gonna do on this one.
Yeah. Wild guess.
I guess I don't know what this. Maybe a fireball or maybe a pyro.
Pyro, there you go. Yeah.
Maybe.
The pyro, like, I pretty much rely on this thing. I mean, I would say half the round if I'm using it for upshots.
Is that one similar?
Yeah, this, I need to get in better shape. These are a little bit more understable than the
Understable.
I do the 2019 circuit.
Whoa.
They're pretty beefy.
This one feels beefy too.
All right, we are at hole 16. It is 319 feet. Island green. The only thing in bounds is the circle. If you land anywhere outside of that, you go to a drop zone. It is makeable, but most likely a 4. So this is definitely the most scenic hole. Beautiful mountains in the background. You get a nice relaxing breath when you get up to the top of this big hill. So I'm gonna flick a pyro out to the left and try to have it come in and stick.
Dig.
That's it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Those mid-ranges kind of like to grab the ground when they land. I've seen people trying that with a driver and they just like bounce and roll. I like the pyro play.
Almost want to throw like a
Entropy?
spiking hyzer or like a spiking what's it called? What's
Oh,
that
grenade?
called? Grenade, yeah, and just have it like dig.
I think the forehand is probably the highest percentage play for most players on this hole. I've been playing a pretty direct backhand, soft hyzer, just trying to get the speed just right to clear the wall but stay in bounds.
Yeah, nice shot.
Thank you.
That's way more difficult. Hit that. Ah!
Oh.
I don't know. I think it's OB.
I've been wanting to practice this hole some more because on that backhand shot, I've been leaking a little long left on the skip. I'm gonna try to kind of stall one out over this big tree and more just drop into the basket instead of flying in towards it. This is my entropy.
Look good?
I felt pretty effective too.
Yeah.
I kind of like that stall hyzer.
It's cool. I mean, it's as long as you don't hit the tree,
Yeah,
you're not skipping OB.
yeah. I haven't landed the lefty in yet. I got one under the grip sign. One of
Oh, you
those.
did?
Yeah, it came up just short.
See anyone ramp off of that yet?
Not yet.
No, me neither.
I think they look like better ramps than they are.
Yeah, they like push in.
Yeah.
OB.
'Cause there's really quite a bit of room. Like.
Yeah, there's a lot.
That tree is a lot shorter than it looks.
I'll just show the drop zone really quick. What do you think this is, like 60?
I think so.
It's like circle 2.
Yeah.
Definitely makeable, but how many of these are you really counting on?
Don't leave it short, Dan.
Didn't leave it short that time.
It wasn't. Oh.
It's like you come out to this open hole and there really wasn't any wind anywhere in the woods.
Then you can feel it a little bit out here.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Sweet.
There's so much room above and past
Yeah.
that tree. I don't feel like I even have to flirt with it to throw that high stall hyzer.
Doesn't look like it when you get over here.
Here we are on hole 17 of the fort. This is an epic par 4. We're teeing off this little dock or deck kind of thing right on top of the pond. You gotta clear the pond. That's probably 350 to 400 to 400 feet depending on what point you cross at. There's kind of a few gaps to choose from, but the farther across the pond you can get, the better your chance at the up and down. I think the biggest gap is going to be swinging it pretty far left and with a left to right moving shot. I'm going to try a big anhyzer. This is a tantrum, so I'm going for some big distance. That's a pretty bad bunker that I landed in over there. It's a bunch of bushy trees. Pretty much no chance at birdie, but shouldn't be hard to save par.
I'm gonna try the same thing. I think that you can flick to get it over, but to try and get the most distance, I think the backhand is the line. I'm just gonna try a plasma trace.
Clean.
All right, didn't get over on it enough.
Safe though.
Got to keep remembering that these discs do not turn like
Yeah,
they're supposed to. How do you think this one's gonna play, like to par wise?
I feel like it'll play maybe just a little bit over par. I feel like par will be very common. I think not many people will end up in the water, and as long as you get across, you should be able to get up to the basket in 2 shots. But
Right. That's fair. Do you know what the average was on it for Utah Open?
I don't remember looking at this one. I'd guess it was definitely over par, but not by a lot. I think for the A pool at least it'll probably play right at
around
par, maybe.
That's fair.
It's hard to take a, there's a lot of players in Worlds, you know.
Right.
So it's hard to guess, but all the averages will probably be worse than I think. But
Yeah, there might be a few who have to try and bail out somewhere. Is there even a bailout zone? Maybe here. They try to aim
I guess,
short
yeah.
if you really need to.
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of do want to try that route. Let's give it a go. Come out of it.
Not bad.
Yeah, hit the initial gap.
Yeah.
Hope for the best up there.
My tee shot landed in here. You almost know anything from right in there. You have a chance of punching through there to a great spot, but odds are I'd just be in there trying to get something out. If I could get a tee shot to the right of this bunker, you have a straight shot at the pin with an easy chance at birdie.
So this is more ideal. This was my second drive. I'm gonna try and show you guys the hex on a flick. I'm gonna try and flip it up and just penetrate and have it right at the end. Yeah. Even got a nice little bounce back to the pin.
It would definitely be possible, although rather extraordinary, but you could get a drive up here. If I end up in a really bad lie, I'm going to try to throw my second around here. I feel like it gives me a good chance at getting up and down, at saving that par, or making birdie if this was my drive. Almost. Caught a late tree, but that's a putt. There's also a straight line.
Oh,
sorry.
It's a wild James coming around the corner. Stay up.
I worked you, Dan.
Can you like yell
sorry.
at me whenever I don't at least hit chain height?
My bad.
You're good.
Boo.
That would have been a great par save. It's like kind of hairy
Yeah.
in that side. Little tapper. So what about the Nomads makes you putt with them? Like what do you really like about them?
I'd say it's just the feel in my hand is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're pretty straight flying, but they have a lot of straight flying putters.
Yeah. You mind if I feel it?
Of course.
All right. We are at the final hole here at the Fort, hole 18, par 4, 650 feet. You carry water about, I'd say, 300 and some feet, maybe 320 feet. And there's OB to the left, there's OB to the right. This is a very difficult finishing hole. It should make for a very good ending to Worlds. Very good, very excited about this hole. The tee pad's a little spongy, so just gotta watch my footing on this one. I am trying to rip a Mayhem as straight and as far as possible and maybe get a little, just a tiny bit out to the left because there is OB over there. Yeah, just cleared. This tee pad makes me nervous, honestly.
Yeah, as Dan said, a very challenging finishing hole. It's a really demanding tee shot, especially for a righty backhand player. It's almost an inside-out kind of shot. You want to throw something really understable that kind of stands up as it flies. This first tree on the left really prevents us from throwing like a flat to forced over shot. I'm going to go with a relatively understable Tesla, going for as straight a flight as possible.
Yeah.
It should be all right. It might be flirting with the OB left, but I think it might be safe.
All right, I don't know why why I didn't think about this, but it seems to me like I can work a flick into here. We'll be all right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll work. That's
good.
definitely changing the play up.
I like that play. I'd probably do it if I had it.
Yeah. You're up there, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, so after you clear the water, you have to deal with a Mando pole here. You got to be to the left of it. And there's OB lined all the way down, which I think is about 30 feet apart, maybe even a little less. And then the inbounds is the circle up there. So you're gonna see a lot of layups, tournament play. If I don't get up there, I'm definitely gonna be laying this one up with my pyro. But for now, for fun, I'm gonna send a flick out there. See where it
Looks
lands?
sweet. It's almost a blessing in disguise to have not a very good drive on this hole, because it
Yeah.
makes you like less likely to go for it.
Absolutely.
And it's another one where if you take 4 every time, you're not doing bad.
Yeah, I would feel fine.
I was able to stay in bounds. I didn't quite get the distance I need to really want to attack. Plus, with a bad lie, I'm just going to practice a little layup shot.
Yep, that'll work. That might be good.
They look good.
Yeah, we'll go for it.
If I can push the drive anywhere up here towards this road and be in bounds, it's going to be a lot harder for me to want to lay
Trick
up.
yourself
So
into going for it
probably
during the
end up
tournament.
attacking if I have a tee shot up here. Try to get that birdie. A little shy.
Go in. Oh. Yeah, like what do you think? This is like 30 feet, like 10 meters across maybe, or maybe
Yeah, it's not
maybe
far from
less.
it. 1, 2.
I'll get one. I think it is 10 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah. The failed attempt. It was close. Like it was like 10 feet from the line, and oh well. Reactor was good.
Both my putter shots were OB,
Oh wow.
overturned.
Look at this. See, this is what makes me want to go for it during the tournament. You pull this out, but the play is to lay up. unless you're in perfect position.
Make it on the lead card or to make the cut or whatever. I think playing for a par is never a bad idea on this hole.
Nice. So that 3 was after 2 shots, 4 shots. Take me about 3 extra 2 shots to get the 3. All right, thanks for being with us for the back 9 of the fort. This was a Worlds warm-up round. Thank you to MVP Disc Sports. If you did not catch the front 9, go check that out on Gatekeeper Media. I don't know about you, but I love this course. I had a great time, and I just love all the tight wooded lines.
Yeah, I had a blast. It was fun playing with you, Dan.
Yeah.
Nice shooting.
Thanks, man. You too.